All right, for today's video, I want to show you a bike that's quite rare in the United States, actually rare anywhere. They only made about 100 of them, maybe a little more. It's a Mondial Piega. I'll get to the motor more in a minute, but Italian company used a Japanese motor, which I'm a big fan of that combo because you get the styling of the Italian bike, but you get the reliability of Japanese. So, you know, a bunch of cool features, tons of carbon fiber. I love the fact they even used a carbon fiber mudguard, which in most cases you take these off, but they went through all that work. Undertail exhaust, which nowadays you see a lot, but quite rare back then. Steve wants to show me something.
Yeah.
A really big storage compartment.
Huge storage compartment. You can put like a glove.
A glove.
A glove.
Not two gloves, but one glove. And even that, look at the carbon fiber work that went into it. It's just only an Italian company. And you wonder why the Italian companies have such a hard time financially. It's because they put so much passion into it. Passion before profit. But anyway, back to the bike. Carbon fiber swing arm. I can see there's a little aluminum bracing in there, right, Steve?
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so also.
That seems awful thin, but yeah, it's got to be supported internally.
I mean, the tolerances and just the clearances on the exhaust for the undertail is just so tight and close. Beautiful machine work on the suspension. They relocated the radiators on an RC51 are typically on the side. They put them to the front. So what you get is a really narrow bike as opposed to a wider RC51. A trellis frame, which, you know, again, ahead of its time. Even the overflow bottle, look at the welding that went into it and the way it kind of goes around the frame. It's just pretty intense. Supplemental to that, a ram air system that probably works. As you can notice, it comes in here and it flows right into the air box. Whereas if you get the old ZX7s and things like that and you have the funnel tubes, I don't think that did a whole bunch. But this, more than likely...
Hoover pipes.
More, yeah, that's right.
That's way better.
Way better. Beautiful machine work on the fork legs. They branded everything with their own name, so that's kind of cool. And again, it's an RC51 motor. Adjustable rear sets are standard. Carbon throughout. Öhlins rear shock. Just loads and loads of parts. Even the gauges are off an RC51, so you can pretty much get all the parts you need for them. I've ridden a couple. We have one with some miles on it. So I've tried them a few times. They're really fun. This is the projection type beams, which again, a little bit ahead of its time. The story between the motor, behind the motor actually, it was supposed to get a TLR motor initially, but Suzuki with the solid sales of the TLR backed out on Mondial last minute, and it really put them in a pinch. So thankfully back in like the 60s or 70s, I think it was 60s, Mondial lent a motor to Honda to win a big race, and with that they ended up doing really well. They called in that favor in about 2000, and Honda, even though the RC51s were wildly successful, they gave them the next 100 motors to build this platform. So it's really cool. It was supposed to be a TL motor initially, ended up with an RC51 motor, and a huge props to Honda for, you know, paying a favor back. Stepping up, baby. Honda's pretty proud of that one too, by the way. Look at the radiators, even the radiator mounts. Like, look at the work that goes into them. Really neat. And then just looking at the side panels, again, you can see that they did a really, really great paint job, but they also had the carbon kind of showing through. Neat screen work. Mesh work, I should say. What do you think? You like it?
Can I have it?
She's a 0-mile bike. Steve's getting her all sorted out. Had a little bit of a pinhole in one of the radiators, so we're going to get that sorted and off to its new owner. That trunk makes me laugh, Steve. I got to tell you. One glove.
One glove.
What's the premise? What's the work? Like, what's even the point of going through all that hassle of designing that?
That's the only one the other one didn't have that, did it?
I guess you could put your registration documents or something.
Oh yeah,
in
you could put a reg in there.
Cool. All right, let's get it done.